Benvenuti! My name is Bartalesi-Graf. I teach Italian here at Wellesley College, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to ItalianOnline. What will you find when you log in? Many different ways to practice Italian and to learn about Italian culture. For example, 45 authentic videos in which Italian students interact here on campus in the course of one academic year. 90 downloadable podcasts that will allow you to practice Italian on the go. 18 interviews with native speakers who will talk to you about many aspects of Italian culture, from Italian cinema to Renaissance art to Italian opera, just to name a few. And grammar presented in many different ways. Slideshow with animation, with or without narration, and downloadable PDF files. The material will be available 24/7, so do not worry if you miss one day or even a few days. You'll always be able to go back and catch up. But let's go online and explore the content of the course. When you log into the course, you will always enter at the course info page. To access the course materials, click on the courseware tab at the top of the page. Here we are in the first unit. Le città italiane e la piazza. Each unit is made up of 3, 4, or 5 lessons, depending on the unit, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, etc. Now we are in lesson 1.1. On this horizontal bar, you can navigate all the components of a lesson. You can easily move back and forth, skip a section if you wish, and return to it later. Because each one of us has a different style of learning, we have designed this course so that each lesson will have the same content presented in multiple ways. For example, in the first lesson, you will learn greetings and introductions, saluti e presentazioni. And this content is available in 4 different forms. First, the chuck video. Chuck is the Italian word for the clapperboard used when shooting film scenes. These original videos were shot on our campus especially for this course. By watching them, you will follow the lives and interactions of 8 Wellesley College students, some native speakers of Italian, others near native speakers. The chuck video will let you immerse immediately in the content of each lesson. Each chuck video is preceded by new vocabulary and followed by a comprehension activity. You can also watch and download the script in Italian or Italian with English subtitles by clicking on these links. You may watch the video with or without timed transcripts. This feature also allows you to go back easily to any section of the video by clicking on the corresponding sentence. Voice comparison. This experimental feature consists of a brief activity that will allow you to practice pronunciation and intonation. Podcasts. Each lesson has 2 downloadable podcasts. In the first part of each podcast, you will listen to a short conversation from the chuck video you have just watched. And in the second part, you will be invited to become one of the characters in that conversation. This is your chance to practice Italian and participate as if you were in a face-to-face course. Grammar charts. But perhaps you learn better by reading and studying grammar first, and then using the audiovisual material. If this is the case, skip the video. You can always go back to it later and go to the grammar explanation examples and charts in PDF. The same grammar explanation is presented below with audio files of every example in Italian. Video. As another option, you may wish to explore the content of the lesson guided by an instructor. For this, we have prepared videos of slide presentations with animation narrated by an instructor. The slides are rich in images to help you visualize the content. You can speed up the narration if you would like to move more quickly, or slow down the video if you would like to listen more closely to pronunciation. Slideshow presentation. You can also access the same slideshow used in the narrated videos and may use the animation to go through the material at your own pace. In conclusion, you may follow all these paths in the order they are presented, choose your own order, or just follow the one path that works best for you. Esercizi. As you proceed through the content of each lesson, you will find exercises, esercizi, to help you test your mastery of the material. All esercizi, depending on their difficulty, will allow for more than one attempt to help you correct any error. After you submit, you will get an immediate feedback by clicking on the Show the Answer button. Vocabulary. At the end of each lesson, you will practice the most relevant vocabulary items you have learned. Like our grammar content, vocabulary is also presented in multiple ways, via a simple vocabulary list, slideshow presentation, video with narration, and a short exercise on the following page. Discussion. The discussion board will allow you to communicate with other students and with instructors. Each discussion contains a prompt that will help you practice the material you have studied in the unit in a simple conversation with your classmates and the instructor. Test. Before you move on to the next lesson, a short test will help you evaluate your progress. But intensive Italian is not only grammar and vocabulary. We also want to expose you to our rich and diverse culture. At the end of each unit, you will find two components that will allow you to explore different aspects of Italian culture. Lettura, reading, and intervista, interview with a native speaker. Let's look together at these two final components. First, lettura. Each reading is presented in different ways. You have access to the transcript in Italian and in Italian with English translation underneath. You also have the same reading in a slideshow presentation and narrated in a video of the slideshow presentation. At the end, you will find an activity to test your comprehension of the material. Intervista. Let's go now to a sample interview with a native speaker. Here we have Professor Lucia Toppino talking to us about her hometown, Alba. You may watch the interview in Italian first, with or without the timed transcript, or you may read first or after the script of the interview in Italian, or with the English translation. A comprehension activity follows at the end. There are two more important tabs at the top of the page: Course Overview and Syllabi, and Progress. If you are taking the non-intensive or intensive module of this course, you will find here the appropriate syllabus, which outlines all the contents of the course, further course details, and a schedule to help you plan your studies. Go to the Progress tab to view your scores on the exercises and tests you have taken so far. In conclusion, we invite you to use the platform to study Italian in your own way, at your own pace. If you are a Wellesley College student, we invite you to continue studying Italian by taking one of our courses here on campus in the fall. For everyone else, Wellesley alumni and high school students, we hope that this will be the beginning of a continuous interest in the Italian language and culture. Stay in touch. Arrivederci.